All right, I'm going to have a go at the Guardian's weekly Quiptic Crossword, set again this week by Picaroon. He did it last week, and I really enjoyed the difficulty level last week. I thought it was just right. Anyway, let's see what he has for us this week. Oh, it's another strange grid. I just did the Everyman. Yeah, so there's not much in that first row, but let's see. Four across. American friend had to convert. Founder of a religion. I presume it's going to be the name of a founder of a religion. Ooh, could it be Buddha? Because I'm thinking American friend might be Buddy. Oh, I think it's Bud. And then an anagram of had to convert. And we get Buddha. All right. So let's see. That gives us some good letters for the downs. How about condiment? That's hot in cold, starter from Indian. I presume it's going to be a condiment, and then we're going to put H, which we already have for hot. Inside, well, cold might be just a C. And then starter from Indian might just simply be the letter I. I'm thinking it's chili with two L's. I think it can be spelled that way, but I'm not sure where the extra ILL. Is there an Indian dish called illy? I've never heard of it. I'm going to move on. Member, one criticizes, makes laws. I think we've had similar clues before. Member is often a limb, an arm, or usually a leg. And then one is I, and then criticizes is slights, and makes laws is legislates. All right, problem for a driver in boring old Phoenician city. Well, 4-4 and a problem for a driver, I thought of a flat, and flat can be boring. And then the Phoenician city we had not too long ago is tire. All right, here's bishop, which surely must be that B. Always would be ever, I think. Conceals an untruth, which would be a lie. And that would give a believer, person with faith. Perverts are some anti-bourgeois trots idling around. I like that. It must be perverts, the plural noun, or the verb perverts. And so I think it's some indicates a hidden clue, but it does say around. I think we have to read it backwards. And from the D in idling, distorts. Ah, yes. So it is the verb. All right. Exclude from old American university. I think it's going to mean exclude old, usually O. And the American university that comes up a lot is MIT. And if you exclude something, you omit it. All right, snake-like fish in small shelter turning around. Snake-like fish, I'm thinking, might be a definition of eels. Yes, and I think it is because small is S, and shelter, it often comes up. Actually, I think I saw it last week in the Jersey Evening Post crossword. And a shelter is a lee, or the lee side. And we turn all of that around. All right. How steak may be cooked that's good for you. That's maybe that one is too easy, but surely well done, good for you, well done. All right, how about ultimately endure conclusions of royal family? Well, the conclusions of royal family would be the L and the Y. So we have to put a word for endure in front of that, and it's going to mean ultimately. Well, if you endure, you last, and that gives us lastly. Faulty hearing, Mr. Ali's troubled with it. Ooh, so Mr. Ali's is 6 letters. I think if that is anagrammed with it, troubled with IT. Yeah, so a faulty court hearing might be a mistrial. All right. Liam and Noel. Well, I just did the Everyman. My video for that came out yesterday. They were referenced there, but that's playing with toy in a way that arouses feelings. Well, Liam had Noel, that's 8 letters. Toy makes 11. Do we have emotionally? Yes, I think we do. There we go. So this must be chili condiment. That's hot. Yeah, let me look up illy just to see what that is, if anything. I don't see it. There's something called idli, a rice cake of some kind. Anyway, we'll go to 15 squared at the end and see what they say about that one. All right. In text, that's rewritten. Entertaining chapter vanished. Yeah, so I think in text might be anagrammed. That gives us 6 letters. And then that entertains, C for chapter. And it's then going to mean vanished. Must begin EXT. Oh, how about extinct? Yeah, that would be it. Oops. There we go. Perhaps may. Well, I read that and I immediately think Teresa. In that place by South, Africa's capital. All right. That place is there. South is S and Africa's capital is the A. Let's try contents of fine thermos. That's nearest the bottom. Could that be a very long 10-letter hidden clue? Contents of... No, I don't think so. Oh, it is actually. Oh my goodness. All right, nethermost. That's, yeah, pretty daring to have that long a hidden clue, but there it is. All right, Ms. Blanchette admitting bitterness about having no partner. Is that Kate? Admitting, and then we put a word for bitterness inside of Kate. Bitter, or maybe the bitterness is reversed, bitterness about. And having no partner would be the definition, I think. But I don't see it. Beaten cricketer with England gutted. All right, I presume beaten is the definition because England gutted would be an ED ending, so a past tense beaten. Yeah, and I think cricketer is a batter, and battered, I think it's as easy as that. All right, stage makeup. Well, looking at the letters, I'm thinking grease paint. Isn't put on musical lead in phantom. Yeah, so isn't is ain't. That's put on a musical, which is Grease, and the lead in phantom is the P. There we go. MP has not drunk spirits. All right, so it's an anagram of MP has not. And well, I don't know if it's good or bad that the word was in the previous clue, but I think it's phantoms. There we go. Laud, unclothed, couples, childminder, must be an au pair. So yeah, laud, unclothed is removing the outer letters of laud. A couple is a pair. That's clever. All right, let's try. Oh, that was Ms. Blanchett. Of course, celibate. So there we do have CATE, Kate Blanchett around the outside, and the bitterness is bile, and sure enough, it is turned about. All right. Well, let me try denial, for example. Denial, for example, when entering country. Ooh. Oh, it could be a negative. Yes. Oh, no, negation. Because, for example, is EG, and that has to enter a word for country, which would be nation. All right. Someone who cuts dried fruit right. Well, a prune is a it's a dried plum, isn't it? And then right is R, and someone who cuts might be a pruner. All right, precious stone. And then my eyes also took in friend. And I think if you do these crosswords long enough, you just think opal and pal. Sure enough, the ring is the O, and the friend is your pal. Don't eat the kind of food served at McDonald's. Well, I know these crosswords are planned weeks in advance, so kind of unfortunate timing for this one in the US, where there was a problem with onions, I think, just reinforcing my lifelong aversion to onions. Anyway, don't eat. So if you don't eat, you fast, and the kind of food at McDonald's is fast food. All right, Leo stole crackers. Well, crackers, of course, is a synonym for crazy, which indicates an anagram of Leo stole and getting release from captivity. I think that is, so release from captivity as a verb is let loose. And then saw, blades, edges, grasped. Yeah, so the edges of the word blade are the B and the E. Grasped is held, and if you saw something, you beheld it. All right, I think this may be one of my quickest times. Let's check all. Looks like everything is still there. Yeah, I think I hate to criticize Picaroon after we had some that were far too difficult. I think this one might have been just a little too easy, but let's see what they're saying over at 15 squared. Oh, and understand one down. All right, the blog today is by Pierre, and he says the piratical one, okay, referring to Picaroon, I suppose, is good at this. Nicely pitched and carefully clued. All right, so I think I got all of these. Pierre uses his own little notations. Oh yeah, so one down, sorry. Cold is chill. Oh my goodness. Condiment that's hot. Yeah, having the H I think there put me off, or well, I'm making excuses which I shouldn't. I should have spotted that it was I plus chill or chill plus I, but there we go. And then everything else, I think, was pretty straightforward. Good advice for 21 down. Oh, was going for oust, yes. Um, let's see. Everyone seems very happy with this one. Short and sweet. Yeah, amusing to see the last word of could that be almost seen as a spoiler? Yeah, I think I do see it a little bit that way, but anyway, but everyone seems very happy, and I will definitely take one that's too easy for one that is too difficult. Anyway, thank you as always for watching, and have a wonderful day and a wonderful week ahead.